I didn't check whether this might be new. Yeah, this is Phantom Liberty. Alright, I didn't go talk to Misty about new cards. So here I am, just outside of Misty's Esoterica. I'll go in the front door. I won't go down there. It is a miserable day here in Night City. Oh, the rain just went away. Or I'm under a thing. No, it's still raining. It just knows when I'm standing under stuff. That's cool. Hi, Misty. I found some new tarot cards. Minor Arcana this time. What are they? I haven't actually spoken to you much. How's things? Let's just do some chatting with Misty. It's been a while.
How's it going, Misty? You alright?
I think so. Not easy, you know. Putting my life back together. Without him. And you? I mean, you too?
I was wondering what she was getting at there. I think I've had this conversation with her, though. Him in my head, it's never easy.
With him in my head, hasn't been too easy either.
Yeah, not too many people could handle that. But I still think you two could find a silver lining, somehow.
So, how's business? I'm sure I've already asked this, haven't I? Have I spoken about the ofrenda?
So, went to that ofrenda.
Yeah? How was it?
Think Jackie would have liked it.
Alright. Think Jackie would have liked it.
What about Mama Wells?
How's it going with Mama Wells?
V, I was with Jackie.
I have asked
not
this
his
question
mother.
before because I remember that.
We're both grieving, sure, but I think it's better we work through our grief far, far away from each other.
I remember that line from the original game, so I've spoken to that. Alright. That's enough chatting. Let's tell her about the new murals I saw.
Hey, Misty. Happened upon some more murals.
You're holding this
Real
card
different
very strangely.
Can't say exactly how, just different.
Describe what you saw for me.
Saw a guy with some swords. That's the most recent one. I think I've got all 4 of them anyway. Guy with some swords.
And they say I've got my head in the clouds. Earth to be. You've met the King of Swords. One of my personal favorites.
They're all the king of something.
Something good?
Well, the King of Swords sees clearly and is a strong voice of reason. But when emotions run high, even reason can't always rise above the jazz. His truths are often sharp, painful to hear. Some would rather cover their ears, live a lie, if only to avoid suffering.
That... Well, I think they're referencing characters I've been running into. Is that,
Hello? Anybody there?
Thinking. Majestic figure in a goblin. I'm wondering if it's, Reed that she's talking about there. Whether he's the King of Swords. Majestic figure and a robe. And a goblet.
Dunno, a goblet, maybe?
Ah, the King of Cups. Oh, be especially careful with anyone you've met who this card might be pointing to.
Well, gotta be careful with
That's not
everyone I
specific.
meet these days.
Whose card is
On one
pointing
hand,
to the King of Cups?
signifies understanding, emotional balance. On the other, he's the opposite. Manipulation and spiritual crisis. And V, hun, the last thing your spirit needs is even more chaos and disappointment.
The President? That could also be Reed, though. But the President seems to hold true for that. Though Reed is the manipulator. Or he might be. Accusations of him being a master manipulator.
Earth to be.
Someone holding a big stick.
So there was this figure, seated, holding this thingamabob like a club or scepter or something.
The King of Wands? So, that suggests you've met a leader who sticks to his principles in pursuing his aims, or even some grand vision.
Okay, good or bad?
Well, as ever, it depends on you. The King of Wands suggests fresh opportunities, the discarding of old patterns or habits. But it implies a certain danger, too, of ruthless action and shortcuts taken. And in the end, it could demand a sacrifice towards fulfillment of some great expectation.
Once again, could be the President, but it could also be Hansen or Hans. And a figure with some stars or pentagrams.
So I saw a hooded figure, star or pentagram behind them. Devil's dealing's your area of expertise too?
The King of Pentacles. Having dealings of your own. With one who's built a rich, powerful realm through sheer determination. Someone like that. Dangerous, V. World looks
Okay,
different
that's
from
handsome.
atop a throne. Your reign is constantly under threat.
Rather deal with satanic shit, honestly. Saying I gotta be on my guard.
I'm not sure simple caution's enough. Bad fate's stronger than that. But follow your heart, I always say. Even in defeat, you'll remain true to yourself.
What's my choice here? What's the right choice?
Sheesh. You're a real chum, Misty. Thanks. Great insights. Still not sure
Are they?
what to make of what I saw, though.
Well, I think you're caught between strong personalities. Warring ones, even. They all want to influence you, though not all of them necessarily know it.
Nothing new there.
Don't dismiss it, V. You've got new possibilities to explore, new paths to tread. On the way to either your salvation or doom. The choice is still yours, though. You still shape your life, your fate.
What's my choice here? What's the right choice? Let's not dismiss her.
So what do I do? What's the right path?
Just be true to yourself, V. Your heart'll know the way. A life-changing event is likely imminent. Watch for it closely.
There we go. Alright, I've done that now. I could do without this guy constantly yelling. You know my point. When it comes with... Because that... What she's just said is, like, Nostradamus levels of vague. There's no predictive value in what she's saying. There's no actual advice. It's just follow your heart, look out for stuff. As if I wasn't already doing that anyway. Let's take a fast travel back to Dogtown, because I can't be bothered driving there. And yeah, we'll go straight to Alex's safe house and continue with the story. But I think Alex is the King of Swords. Hanson is obviously the King of Pentacles. The King of Cups might be Reed, and the King of Wands. I've actually forgotten exactly what order they were in. Anyway, is the President. There's the President and Reed are one of the other two. I'm in the wrong level here. I'm just gonna jump over. Alright. Oh. Why are you orange? I don't know. Usually that means important. Dendritic? Protoplasma supply, consumable. Experimental supplement provides biological building blocks for a new neural synapses to rapidly form. For 12,000. Okay, that seems important. I've got the money for it. Permanently increases RAM recovery rate. I'm gonna buy that. But I can go straight behind and head to the safe house. Hello. Scan complete. What's over here? Nothing. Don't think that door's open either. Down to the boiler room.
Been here before, Reed. Remember last time we had this convo?
I do. And yes, the rules is not that different. The stakes are. A classic copy and paste of ID matching bioscans, behavioral...
Just want to listen in before I interrupt them.
Yeah, so like Medellín. Or Night City a few years later. Let me see. Global arms trade? Check. Personality theft? Check.
She's getting massive
gross
deja vu
confidence?
vibes.
Big check. Thought you didn't believe in coincidences.
Alex.
Gave her free reign back then, too.
That's not exactly the same. Not an adequate comparison.
You know I'm right.
Alex doesn't trust me, I don't think.
Ah, V, you're here. It's about time, too. We're nearly done finalizing the plan.
Guys, You sounded like it. So mission not to your liking, Alex. I want to get
Not
her...
sitting well with you, Alex.
Reminds me of a few other sitches we handled. One in particular sticks out. Before NC, we worked in Op in Colombia. Medellín. Song's
Not
first
now,
mission.
Alex. We have enough to do without digging up ancient history.
No, I want to know about this.
What happened in Medellín? What was the up there?
We had our sights trained on a guy who sat on the Colombian president's back pocket. Sold him smuggled Corptex.
Saying the FIA pulls strings overseas.
I am shocked and appalled to learn that Washington has been intervening in South American politics. This is entirely unlike their normal modus operandi.
That's a long story.
So let's hear
Maybe
it.
we can spare 60 seconds. Hell, might even learn something about So-Me that'll prove useful.
Yeah, let's
All right.
spill, because at this point I
Our
need to
person of
know
interest,
information
one
about you
Luis
guys.
Hernandez, arms trading heavyweight.
We've got the time, I
Transplant
think.
our own SA in his organization. Alex had adopted the identity of an engineer from Hernandez's entourage. She was our ticket in. She walks in to attend a meeting one day. She sees one of Luis's bikini model girlfriends prancing out on her way to walk his Doberman. Spending big money on kitsch luxury was kind of his MO.
So, what happened?
Well, Somi had put together Hernandez's dossier. Problem was, an important detail slipped through the cracks. The engineer's abject fear of dogs. Cold sweat, shaky hands, soggy pant leg, that kind of thing. When the Doberman sniffed Alex's knee, she pats him on the head and says, "Who's a good boy?" Then, she went to pull up a chair at Hernandez's
The
table.
little details that get you, isn't
Before
it?
she could sit down, they had 2 barrels to her head and one trained at the base of her spine.
How did you get her out?
Worked out though, right? We're all here now, together.
Which can't be said for Hernandez and his men. We took any possibility of that from them.
Oof.
All thought of subterfuge went poof. We had to kick the door down.
Been there.
A rival cartel wiped them out. That was the official version.
Nice. Yeah, I've had moments like that.
Okay, back to Night City, folks. With our sights trained on a new target.
So it was one minor fuck up, but like that doesn't mean any. That doesn't necessarily have any standing towards this mission. I won't pet any dogs. I get that. The point is that anything could go wrong. Operational recon in Dogtown. Barkes subgroup led by Ross Ulmer. I've already done that. I dealt with him. Engaged in smuggling operations. Contraband regularly includes arms, drugs, cyberware, and biohacking products. Large, well-armed group on the site. VDB subgroup led by Netrunner Aozarin. Engaged in encryption of personal data running through the servers of the stadium. Provides regular net running and technological support to Barcast. And VDB working with Barcast. I didn't know they were on side. Scavs, led by unknown operational support needed. Primarily engaged in arms trafficking. Probably actual arms in this case. Contraband is transported under the guise of humanitarian aid shipments. Now, the Barcast one, Ross Ulmer, that was a guy in one of the heightened crime or heightened criminal activity side missions I've already done. I presume these are the other 2 heightened criminal activity locations.
Interesting.
Multiple organized criminal activity coordinates added to map. Thank you. Anything else down here that might be interesting? Analytical summary of Dogtown. Keywords: Serenisans, Night City, Dogtown, Kurt Hansen, Barkhest, Militech, Sinosure. Dogtown, an area on the outskirts of Night City controlled by a militia group known as Barkhest. It is a former site of a significant Militech investment. See that. Currently classified level 2 threat to NUS security interest. Barkhest is a militia organization headed by Kurt Hansen, former Militech colonel. See Operation Midnight Storm. Hansen implemented a military command structure to establish and exercise control. His inner circle consists mostly of former Militech soldiers who served him during Operation Midnight Storm. See that subclause. Barkhest has known links to criminal organizations on every continent. and these arrangements primarily involve the illegal trade and trafficking of weapons. Internally, Bughurst enforces robust surveillance and a rule of law within its area of control. Yet it has also consistently organized humanitarian aid to the district's poorer residents, which I haven't seen any of, but I'll take your word on that. Population, no official record exists of Dogtown's residents or transients. Estimated population, well, okay, in fairness, he'd have to in order to maintain control, otherwise he'd be risking a revolution. But there's only 6,000 to 8,000 people, and he has got an army. He also mistreats them and, you know, is corrupt. And takes bribes. So, I'm not taking that as he's actually a good guy. He's not. Many residents are likely undocumented and or wanted persons in Night City or the NUS. Demographics are diverse, difficult to measure, and subject to frequent change. Urban structure is predominantly repurposed infrastructure from the initial Renaissance district development project, as well as the subsequent revitalization attempt in the 2050s. Most structures remain uninhabited or have been minimally adapted to suit temporary habitation. Bughurst has restored some buildings to conventional living standards. The majority of residents live in makeshift dwellings. Primary subjects of interest, remnants of Project Cynosure. I don't know if I've heard of Project Cynosure before. Militech deserters, Bughurst links to criminal underworld, and covert Arasaka and Zetatech operations. We know of the Zetatech operations, and we've seen Arasaka agents in the Black Sapphire. Cynosure, that wasn't what I was looking at with that gig, that woman who... I'm still waiting for Netwatch to come and try to kill me. Oh, this is where we were before. You're up here now. Okay. Sorry, I was reading stuff.
Intel from the shard Somi gave me. It's a solid foundation for the mission we want to run. Surveillance, recon, data gathering, planning, it's all done. It's high time we righted some wrongs of the past.
Fuck off, Reed. Give it a rest, will ya? Nothing here's your fault. Woman's an adult, made her own decisions. Consequences caught up to her.
No, she was manipulated. There was no one around who could have had her back.
Okay,
V.
so he's responsible. She doesn't feel like he should be. Alright, we'll get her out of this.
Stop worrying, Reed. We'll get her out. Save her.
I know. And not just her. That goes for you too.
Ideally.
Right. Our objective, to free Somi from under Hansen's duress. Unfortunately, this ain't a normal rescue op. Because
Attempted Blackwall
Ross has been
breach.
infected with something from beyond the Blackwall. A consequence of her service to the NUS and President Myers.
Hazard index 10-10-10.
Not about to pretend I understand the tech whys and how. The important thing is, if she doesn't get treatment, it'll kill her.
The cure is an AI that lives on a neural matrix. Hansen possesses said matrix now. We aim to seize it.
Do we know, what do we know about the neural matrix? This is important information.
So this neural matrix, how much do we know?
Experimental tech nested in a mainframe that someone dragged up from deep beneath Dogtown. From a bunker, to be exact. Part of Project Cynosure, a joint U.S. Militech operation mounted in a bid to counter Arasaka's soul killer.
Okay.
The matrix itself is a functional container. It houses an AI from beyond.
I don't know if that's new
Blackwall,
information, but it isn't.
and
It's new enough for
designed
me.
lets the user deploy the AI for a specific purpose. In our case, to fix you in Songbird.
So what's the plan? We already know that we need to imitate the red-headed twins.
All right. Plan. Let me hear it.
Hansen to meet with the net runners you already know. The meeting itself is our chance to get close to Song and the Matrix. Hansen hired the French duo because they worked for Militech years back.
They are French. They live in Benelux. I think they've been outlawed in
Also, they're
France.
selling Hansen access codes. Handy when Songbird goes to extract the Matrix from the Cynosure mainframe. Hansen's gunning for data from what he knows was a secret Militech NUS research project. He has no idea the neural matrix is in there too.
Well, we hope he doesn't.
Runners, scans, and behaviorals we have. Now we just need to take those twins out of the equation.
A kidnapping then, so not a killing? The twins, who are they exactly? We kind of know.
Amaric and Aurora Cassell. We know anything more beyond what we saw firsthand?
Yep. Songbird put together full profiles for both. Super short brief. They got their start at Militech and dove in deep. That is, till they learned the pay's better on the dark side.
I buy that. Sure didn't hide their love of Eddie's.
Not sure Militech isn't the dark side already, but there we are.
Paycheck because they ran into us. We're gonna nab them before they reach Hansen.
So we're kidnapping then.
So we kidnap him. How we want to do this?
They're driving a rental while in NC, an exploitable opening. We're
Okay.
gonna track their ride
Sharon
and hide
Exotics.
before they reach Hansen at the station.
Karen. I think it might be Karen.
That's where you come in, Pete. We'll need you to breach the rental firm's tracking system. Alex will fill you in later. Once we have the runners, you'll take their place. The behavioral imprints are tuned already.
What's your role in this?
And you're rolling all this, Reed?
I'm drawing up your exfil route. Once you complete the mission, you need to get out in a hurry. I'll provide transport, make sure the path's clear and problem-free.
Last stage, the meet with Hansen.
Brings us to the final stage, right? Meeting with Hansen?
Right. Where you'll sell him the access codes to the mainframe. In other words,
Just like that.
key to unlocking your medicine cabinet.
Yeah, this won't go to plan.
One of you will join Somi in the lab to feed in the codes when needed. Hansen's likely to keep the other at his side. Collateral.
I'll stay with Hansen, you'll join Songbird. Once the data floodgates are open, you'll signal me. Gonna disarm Hansen, take him and his guards out.
Think you'll be okay on your own?
Hansen and his goons. Aim to handle them on your own?
Can do a lot more than play dress-up, thank you. Plus, element of total surprise in my corner. Still, sweet of you to worry.
Alright. You're going to kill Hansen. Well, that's entirely expectedly.
Sounds like Flatline and Hansen's set in stone.
Order came directly from Myers. Confirmed at the state. He took a potentially lethal swipe at the president of the NUS.
And Songbird.
We have to rescue her. Myers told you as much herself.
That was an interesting
All clear?
pause.
If you have any questions, now's the time to ask.
Are you planning on taking out Songbird as well? How much does Myers know, and what did you tell her?
How much have you told Myers? What's she know?
That Somi's fallen into the hands of the man who'd organized the downing of Space Force One.
Is that all?
All for now.
That's comforting. Alright. This seems to just be reiterating stuff. So I got it. We're all clear.
Things couldn't be clearer. Let's get to work. So, time we talked about nabbing the runners?
Cover that in a minute.
Right. So what do you want to do first? We're back in the gun room. Something you want to get off your chest? What's Reed's priority here?
You know Reed better than I do. What he thinks? What's his true aim here? Saving Somi or carrying out a mission?
Saul imagines he's responsible for her. Always has. Thinks he's responsible for all of us. Hell, even for you, I bet. It's how he keeps his grip on reality. Life. With mixed results, mind you.
And Somi?
Same story as always. Dares, lands neck deep in shit, somehow crawls out. Rinse and repeat.
Myers doesn't know the deets of the op, does she?
Myers doesn't know the deets of this op, does she? Never will. Is that right?
It's not wrong.
So, we serve Hansen up on a silver platter. It'll be salutes and handshakes. Shit goes sideways. We're royally fucked.
Presidentially fucked in any
Welcome
case.
to the agency.
Yep. Any for your thoughts?
Any for your thoughts, Alex? About all this?
Honestly, still wondering why neither of us went back to DC. Not me, not Reed.
They put him to sleep. Saddled you with the Dogtown assignment.
And they obeyed it.
Who are you kidding? Say we disobeyed orders, gone back. A dressing down by some bureaucrat would be the worst we'd have had to endure. Think we were both waiting for something, like the downing of Space Force One. Probably makes us a sad fucking pair of hypocrites.
It's an interesting dynamic. I don't know if I can trust either of you. You at least seem the most forward and honest.
Intercepting the runners. How do we do that?
They're driving a rental. Plans to break into the rental service system. Karen Exotics. Specializes in rare models.
Karen.
Karen has tracking stations around the city.
I've always
Gain
pronounced
access
it
to those,
Sharon.
We find the car easy. There's a station
I've never heard
not
it pronounced
far,
out loud
near Pacifica Serenity
until
Bible
Outer Worlds.
Church. Check it out.
How do these tracking stations work?
Stations. How do they work exactly?
They ping vehicle IDs across the network, monitor location, tire pressure, all of that. Hack them, and it'll be open season on the runners.
They can't counter-hack? One station might not be enough. I have enough intelligence for this.
Find it hard to believe taking one station will be enough. Rental agencies got rare rides to protect.
See if I can find more info. If the one's not enough, we'll improvise.
So breach the station, trace the car. Good, what then?
Use this little doodad. It'll pop the locks on the doors, let you take complete control from the trunk.
I gotta get in the trunk. Looks, sounds, and smells risky.
Dunno. Anything goes wrong, I'll be stuck in there.
Suck it up. This is FIA trunk ops, soldier. Seriously though, the tech just works. And we'll have your back the whole way.
I remember this with Kirk Hansen giving me a gizmo that was supposed to work, and it did work, but then something else happened. That seems to be my memory of the opening of this game. Alright. Never trusted tech like this.
You know, Kabuki's tech wizards sell similar stuff under the counter. Would never call it reliable.
Well, Fed tech wizards are just more skilled than Kabukis.
Better be.
When you think you're near a station, scan your surroundings. They're not concealed. Shouldn't be tough to spot.
Get
All
right
right.
on it.
Okay. Anything more I can say to read? Alright, that's it. We've got our mission. Kidnap the 2 French netrunners. Using tech. I swear to God, I've been in this situation before, right? Right when I was told to hijack that car for Kirk. It's all very familiar. And whenever there's deja vu, I distrust it.
Thrusters were deactivated by sudden EMP discharge from a nearby damaged power station in Santo Domingo.
Ooh, Songbird's back.
B, heads up. I can't talk long, but 2 things, quickly. First, good news. I managed to upgrade your relic's firmware. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Don't worry.
I've gotten 3 relic points acquired. Okay, that's impressive. Have I got more skills?
Relic upgraded. How'd you manage it? No easy feat, I'd guess, tweaking tech that advanced.
Let's say I've had extra time on my hands. More than I expected.
Don't worry. We're getting you out of there.
I know.
And the second thing?
First, good news, you said. So there a second thing?
Right. It's super important. Stays between us. It's gotta. Proof of my trust. I'm sending you coordinates. Come after dark. We should be able to talk freely. Okay, E to Delta. Let's see you soon.
Meet Songbird between 11 PM and 1 AM, so in an hour. Alright, I'll do that before I access the tracking station transceiver. But let's, first of all, go into, where is it? It's in character, relic. No, I've just gotten more relic points. It hasn't actually given me extra, extra skills. Alright, I'll take emergency cloaking. And I've just got relic ruler. Unlock all perks in the relic perk tree. Did I? I don't remember doing... That might have given me that out of turn. I'm not entirely sure. I've clearly not done that. I've got plenty of perks not locked. But... I don't know what happened there. When crouched, becoming detected by an enemy will temporarily slow time, dodge, or dash out of enemies' line of sight to immediately exit combat. This one, by the way, activates optical camo, but replaces grenades. I don't know whether I'll be using that much. But that's there now, and I've got 1 available. I suppose I can go up all these later? Alright. I was hoping it might give me more skills. I'm a little disappointed with the relic trees. It's not very extensive. I'm just walking past you. I'm good. Yeah, let's obviously meet with Songbird first. If I can find, yeah, there, that one. It's only in an hour. There's another drop. That's fine, I think I'm good. Oh, I think I went the wrong way. I think I'm under the road I'm supposed to be on. I'll find my way out of here. There we go. Got it. Time is not progressing, by the way. It's still 10 PM. Ow. Excuse me. Trying to get around. Luckily, they're not like GTA cops. Didn't immediately try to blow my head off for bumping them slightly. Okay. I know with those, I'll do some of those, I'll do the heightened criminal activity missions soon, probably after this mission has been completed. Okay. Wait for an hour. Sometime later. Example of her trust. Here we are. What have you got?
You and me, face to face.
So to speak. So it's just us here.
Sure we're alone? Wouldn't want any unpleasant surprises.
No surprises. Except maybe you're already one of us. Don't trust a soul.
No, I don't really, but I've got good reason to. So apparently this isn't a random place. I don't know where I am, actually, but I've been here before. What is this, and what is it to you, then?
This spot. Didn't pick it at random, I guess.
Guessed right. Wanted to show you something. Means a lot to me. Could help put some things in perspective.
Alright. Show away.
It means I trust you.
Okay.
Over here.
You're pushing this, and I'm not entirely sure I trust you. You may trust me, but I don't know you. Like, it's not even about distrust. Trust has to be earned, and while she hasn't, I don't know if she's lied to me directly, but she may have withheld some things, I'm not sure.
So what's so special about this place?
She's constantly going on about how we need to work together.
While I was here in NC on assignment.
Right.
Locals come here after sunset. Fire
Or it
up
might have been a
grills,
tarot card.
crack open beers. Talk about nothing in particular.
And what is it to you? You lived near here, but there's something more than just that.
I'd swing by here come evening sometimes. All of it. Every inch is special. Reminds me of Brooklyn. Actually from
Ah. New York. Okay, want to tell me about it?
Hearing about it. Brooklyn.
Got this memory. It was the night before I raided a Militech data fort. I'm sitting out on my fire escape. Just lit a J. Down on the street, I see a party starting. There's playful screams and laughter. Someone's blasting funk on their stoop. I hear Willie too. Sells the best scoff dogs around.
You don't sound
Shit
very
talking
much
one
like
of
a New
his
Yorker, it's
Jews.
gotta be said.
And there's bonfire smoke in the air. Safe. Familiar.
Were they celebrating something?
Yeah. A Thursday.
Haywood here in NC, that's my home.
Know how you feel? Wasn't anything like Brooklyn, my home, but
Got a memory you cherish?
never gets this peaceful where I'm from. Just know that wherever I am in the world, I feel like I'm walking Haywood streets,
And you want to go back.
yearning to go back.
Can't rewind the clock, V. By the time you realize you missed something, it's usually too late. Suppose we should get back to the here and now.
Attack on Myers. Or be honest. Well, we don't know it was her, but let's point the finger. Let's make the full accusation.
Attack on Myers. You schemed it up with Hansen. I know that.
Yeah, Neural Matrix was pricey. But honestly, I never thought he'd try to kill her.
Alright, that's
You
enough.
betrayed her.
Not just her. Nothing went according to plan. What a fucking mess.
Alright. A lot of people died because of you.
Sent Myers' entire flight crew to an early grave. Myers herself too, almost.
Ground the plane, that was a plan. Didn't expect he'd blow it to shit. Not much of an excuse, I know.
Doesn't make it easy to trust you. What did you envision? What did you think would happen?
So what was your plan?
For you to rescue Myers while I secured the AI Matrix, and for us to run. All before Kirk caught on. Now Hansen's changed the terms of our deal. They'll make him answer for the attack. He knows that, so he's covering his ass. The one thing he doesn't know is what's on the Cynosure mainframe. He's hoping it's data he can use as leverage against the NUS. Says that's my ticket to freedom, but as soon as he gets his hands on it, I'm dead. I just know it. I fucked everything up, I know, V. But I had
Yeah, Alex said you were good at that. Okay, help me understand why.
Still don't understand why. Wasn't any other way, honestly.
Wouldn't have resorted to this, if there was. For Myers, the NUSA, I'm just another weapon in their arsenal. Tool
And for
them to be
Hansen.
on the Black Wall. And weapons and tools, they don't get to make decisions or choose to retire.
We make mistakes, then live with the consequences.
Burden of past mistakes. We both bear it. It ain't easy. Me for the biochip, you for the Black Wall.
You mean to say it's my fault?
No, just that when you try to save yourself, it's usually someone else who pays the price.
Yeah. Ain't that the brutal fucking truth? You're the only one I can trust with this. Only question is, after everything you just heard, feel the same way about me?
What about Reed? You don't trust him?
Don't trust Reed? Guy wants to save your life.
He saved me once already. Word of a boss shit on Militech crossed his desk, so he knocked on a 19-year-old girl's door with an offer she couldn't refuse.
Recruiting.
Join and serve or become a Netwatch trophy.
That girl died that day. The person in front of you is what was born from that death. Of course, Reed, he died too. Just more recently. 7 years ago. The NUS issued his death sentence, yet he serves the country to this day, clinging to something that's lost all meaning to me.
What's happening to you exactly?
The one to ask, actually. What happens exactly, when you reach past the Black Wall?
Know the feeling when you try to remember the address of a place you lived half your life, but it just turns up Blank.
Mean losing your memory?
A snowflake lands on my glove. I can calculate its unique fractal structure. But what did my mom's voice sound like? Sometimes I lose control. Or get the sense I'm surrendering to someone else. It feels horrible.
Felt it too. With the Chimera. Like a living nightmare.
Yeah. More and more, I get the sense someone's standing behind me. But there's never anyone there.
You could just go home. I don't know how you'd go home. Maybe I do trust her. I don't think you could make this up. Not to someone like V. You know she's going through exactly the same thing you're going through.
Why not just go home?
My home burned down when I was forced to trade warm Brooklyn brick for sterile Washington walls. I have nowhere to go back to.
Well, this is the first time anyone's been honest with me that I can verify.
I get the feeling this is the first time you've been honest with me.
Yeah. With you and myself. I need to get away. From Kurt, then USA, Reed. From everything.
Hansen's great taste in allies right there.
Speaking of, out of everybody out there, you saw Hansen as a trusty ally. Seriously?
I needed someone who could tear me from Myers' grip. I knew him from my time in Night City when I was posted here.
Took a steep risk, all right. And a plain gonk one at that.
That's why I enlisted you, too.
So, NC, just the first stop along your escape route.
Night City's just a pit stop along your escape route. That was always the plan, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's just... things got complicated. Messy.
Yeah.
Certainly didn't expect my old agency chums to get involved. Or to find myself caged by Kurt. I'm fleeing, V. Gotta get out. And to do that, I need you. 'Cause you know how it is.
I have any guarantee you're telling the truth. I don't think you could make that up, but... I want to believe her, but I'm not sure that's rational.
How am I to know this isn't an elaborate con? Be nice to have some kind of guarantee.
I can't give you one. Sorry. But I've shown you my trust. I mean,
Right.
You're free to sell me out to Reed, right? Or trust me enough to save us both. No guarantee for either of us. Fair deal, I say.
What's your plan then? So we know what our plan is with Reed. You've got an alternate. One in which you get away from the NUSA. Reed's mission, presumably, is to get you back to Washington. Alex is probably someone we're going to have to convince. But what's your plan? But every plan she comes up with gets more and more complex. And gets messy and disintegrates. So do I even trust her ability to come up with a sound plan that will work? Not that we have much to say on that front. Every plan we come up with often goes awry.
Okay. Say I believe you. What's the next step?
We go through with the mission. Grab the neural matrix. While Reed and Alex grapple with Hansen, we make our getaway.
And then...
Or we're ditching Alex as well, and I'm not mad about that. She's been betrayed enough.
You help me skip town. I already cut a deal with the Black Clinic far, far from Night City. There, the Rippers can access the Matrix and use an algorithm to create a prototype of our cure. They'll need me present to run their tests. The moment they're finished, I'll send word.
Oh, fuck. No.
And that's it. Everything. Like a weight off my shoulders, honestly. Now, I have to ask. You're in this because you understand me? Or because I promised to save your life?
Yes. I want to survive just like you do.
Should be pretty clear I mean to survive too.
I appreciate your honesty. I guess that's all. I suppose you should call Reed. Let him know all set for the meet with Hansen.
Bye. She showed me a place. I've got no idea if she actually has any connection with this. Now she wants to take it away, and I've got to wait a certain amount of time before they develop a cure. I guess that makes sense, but I'm not sure whether... I'm not sure whether I want to believe her. More than I do. It's not even like belief or agree, it's kind of trust in her ability to actually make that call. And then there's Alex. She wanted that spy sinecure, that right to live a nice, rich, happy life in Monaco, which is out the window if I throw Reed's mission, which is definitely to get Songbird back for the NUSA, off a cliff. As far as betraying Reed himself goes, I mean, that's neither here nor there as far as I'm concerned. But it's Alex that I would rather not stab in the back. There's no way we could do this with Alex on side. Also, it sounds like an option we're gonna have to make. Do we take Reed's side and side with the NUSA, or take Songbird's side and trust that she'll do right by us? Sounds like there's two endings to this DLC. And I'm gonna do both of them if I can manage it.
Reed status report.
Nice to talk to you too.
Reed, hey. I'm Nova, thanks. How are you?
Put a cold beer in front of me once this is all over. Then we'll have time to chat. For now, fill me in on what you managed to get done.
I talked to Songbird.
So-Me contacted me. Got news.
Let me hear it.
Well, first off, we've been greenlit. Our VIP's ready to be served.
Music to my ears. What else?
Songbird opened up a bit. Better sitch. It's looking bad. Real bad. This tech's her only shot.
I hear you. I do. All the more reason to focus on the mission in front of us. Get our hands on that cure.
I'm gonna let that go.
Need that car tracking, so get to work. We'll go from there. Once you get the encryption key from this system, let me know immediately.
I let that last one go. I don't know whether that was the right decision, but I don't want, obviously, to betray her to him now, so I just let that one pass. Alright, let's get to the tracking station.